Annyeonghaseyo, this is meowmurai. Let's continue our game of Paranormasight, The Mermaid's Curse, running on Nintendo Switch 2. We really should apologize for missing the meeting earlier. Yeah. About the assassin. If this so-called assassin really has slipped in among the others, running around blindly like my old man won't get us anywhere. We don't have enough to go on yet, so it's hard to say anything for sure. But at the very least, I'll be looking for people with regular contact with those off of the island. Right. Anyone who rarely leaves the island isn't likely a suspect. So that means that people like Shotoru and me, who live off the island most of the time, are the most suspicious. Given the situation, yeah. You know, it's also possible that the caller and the assassin are both working for Ukakudono. Wait, why would you think that? It's possible that he either never had the means to lift the curse of the raging waves like he promised, or never intended to hand it over in the first place. Oh, I get it. That way he could just get to Sato without keeping his end of the bargain. Plus, he could also turn around and pin everything on your old man. Exactly. Sharp as ever, Tsukasa. Thanks. Either way, if someone like that really is out there, we need to stay on guard. Definitely. About earlier today. Sorry about missing our meeting today. I was the one who asked and ended up standing you up. Something urgent came up and I couldn't make it. Ah, right, that. Right, that. Well, stuff happens. Not mad or anything, but... Do you wish... I do wish you'd brought it up a little sooner. Right, sorry. Mind telling me what exactly happened? Well, something unexpected came up and kind of threw off my whole schedule. So you can't say any more than that? You're not ever going to tell me what you wanted to talk about? Yeah, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that yet either. Sorry. Right. Well, whatever. Let's just say you owe me one. Owe you one? Yeah. Sometime when I need it, you'll have to do something for me. Wait, that's not fair. It's not her fault. I'm the one who caused all the problems today. You see, I was actually the one who... Tsukasa, stop. This isn't the time for that. But if I don't, you'll... Whoa, why do I feel like I'm the bad guy here? You're the one who didn't show up. No, you're not the bad guy. It really is my fault. I'm sorry. No, it's on me. Sato didn't do anything wrong. Okay, relax. For the sake of your friendship, I'll let it slide. Let's just reschedule for another time. Right, thank you. Thank you. Things are a little hectic today. We can talk about that more another time. About the sacrifice. So, about getting you out of that whole sacrifice mess. Yes, about that. I've been thinking, and maybe it's best if we leave for Tokyo together the first thing tomorrow. Lay low for a while. Yeah, I know. It looks like I'm just using this chaos as an excuse, but at this point, I don't think I can offer any other options. What do you think? Well, first off, thanks for thinking it over for me. But would it be okay if I give it a little more thought? Sure, but if you take the ferry, my old man will catch on. If you want to go, it'll have to be on a small boat, quietly, just after dawn. I'll need time to set things up, so I need your answer by tonight. Okay, I'll think it through. Huh? What's wrong? Looks like you've got something caught in your bangs. Oh no, how embarrassing. You all seem so calm and collected, but I guess everyone has their moments. Where? Do you want me to take a look? No, it's okay. I've still got that hand mirror on me. Let's take a look. There it is. Is that a feather? When did that get there? Got it. That looks a bit... What the... What the hell is that? Is something wrong, Sato? There's something behind me. Huh? What was that? I should check. Sato, what's wrong? I should check behind me. You okay? There's nothing behind you. I don't have a cursor either. Or do I have a cursor? I am checking behind me. What the heck? Why is it not working? Huh? I could have sworn it was right around here. There's nothing there. Maybe I just imagined it. Shit, that hurts. Ah. Why would you curse the thing that you want to keep alive and bring with you? Damn it, it hurts. It hurts. It cuts straight through me. My insides are on fire. This is it, isn't it? I just died. But how? What happened? Tsukasa, I'm sorry. They got me. So, this is the power of the curse then. It's real. I saw something for a split second, and then... It cut me down? Okay, just relax. Breathe, nice and slow. This is bad. People are coming over. It's turning into a scene. Oh no. Not here. Everyone will see. Damn it. Everyone will know I can heal. What do I do? They're all panicking. No choice. Just act dazed, clueless, then run away while I can. Okay, let's check on our friend Arnov here. Okay, after, Treasure Hunt Part 1, Summary of Events. After collecting information about mermaids and returning to their inn, Avi and Circe have a meeting to plan for their true objective, the treasure hunt. Date unknown, August 1980X, afternoon, Toba City, or the Okan guest room. Now then, I believe it's time we discuss our strategy. Sure. What do you mean by strategy? It should be obvious. We must reflect on all we've learned if we want to move forward. This is the Murakumatai. This is the Murakumatai. It is a small inn located in Toba. It's a laid-back inn that feels more like a private residence than a hotel, thanks to the attentive staff. I can barely count all the different fresh fish we were served for dinner last night. I have not felt so full in a while. The door to our room. Outside is a hallway with a restroom and a wash basin for communal use. Guests place their shoes in the cubbies at the entrance and wear slippers while inside of the inn. This is a poster advertising the island of Kamishima. I'd love to pay a visit to a remote island like that. The name is intriguing too. Kame means turtle, doesn't it? My bag, a faithful travel companion of several decades. Light is passed through through the windows. It's hot outside, so I'll leave them closed. Dried flowers. I suppose this is the embodiment of the Japanese concept wabi wabi, or however you say it. Each room is equipped with a mosquito trap. They tend to come in through the windows on hot days. It's a neat contraption. You just have to plug it in and place it, and it will kill all nearby mosquitoes. Traps like these are reliable, as well as easier and safer than the combustible type, so they've gotten quite popular. A hanging scroll perfectly complements the tatami room. This room may not have a dedicated alcove, but the scroll still ties the room together. It still really ties the room together. How lovely. I worried yesterday that Circe might struggle to sleep on just a futon on a tatami room just like this, but she looked quite well rested. I suppose she's used to it. I, on the other hand, was too excited to get much sleep. Oh, is this the business card from the guy we met earlier? It is. We managed to glean some surprisingly good information from that exchange. First things first, let's head back to the inn. From there, we can plan our next move. Pardon me, but would the lovely lady and the handsome gentleman be willing to spare me a moment? Why yes, the gentleman does have some time. I suppose that makes me the lady then. Oh, it's you. You've been following us for quite some time. Huh? He has? For how long? Since the Ise Grand Shrine, I believe. Truly? Maybe you could try to keep me appraised of things like this in the future, Circe. Ah, it appears I wasn't as stealthy as I thought. My apologies for the indiscretion. But you see, the two of you piqued my interest. Foreigners in Ise Bay searching for mermaids. Hmm? Yeah, you've overheard everything. How embarrassing. Avi, hollering won't lessen the embarrassment. But how rude of me. I ought to introduce myself. Hmm? I am an event planner here in Ise City. My name is Kipe Ikuma. Oh, a fancy business card and everything. What a charming fellow. Let's see. Sala planning, eh? And it says here you're the CEO? I'm actually the only employee, so the title doesn't mean much. I see. I apologize for the rudeness, but I actually just ran out of business cards of my own. Did you ever have any? I had heard you need to carry business cards in Japan if you want to avoid looking suspicious, but I still forgot to bring any. But the freewheeling and forgetful man before you goes by the name Arnav Barnum, a fantasy author who is merely passing through. Do you believe me, or am I too suspicious? Without a business card for proof, the verdict is yours alone to make. So, you're an author, Mr. Barnum. Ah, please call me Avi. This is Circe. She has studied more Japanese history than even the average Japanese citizen. It's a pleasure. If you'd like, I can list the top 100 of Ise's best features at any time. Aren't you a delight? I was right to take an interest in the two of you. Kipe Ikuma. Forgive me for my bluntness, but would you mind sparing me a few moments? I'd love to talk a little longer. I suppose that can be arranged? Gust of wind grazed this lovely observation deck. Oh, that's it. Wow, we don't have much to say about it. We usually blab on about stuff. I thought she was totally absorbed in our sightseeing, yet she noticed we were being tailed. Impressive, if I do say so myself. Okay, can't turn our head all the way around. So, this young man is actually a CEO, though I'm not sure I'd call him young. His gaze has a piercing quality to it, and there's something off about his smile. Everything about him feels older than he looks. What do you think, Circe? Feels like a scammer who targets foreign tourists. Haha, quite the blunt one, aren't you, young lady? Okay, nothing else there. I believe these oversized suits, known as soft suits, are currently quite popular in Japan. Perhaps he's trying to be taken seriously as a CEO. He certainly is putting a lot of effort into his appearance. The truth is, I'm currently planning a promotional tourism campaign for the Ise-Shima region. I was thinking of using mermaid legends as the centerpiece of the campaign. Mermaids, eh? Or huh? I'm sure you're already quite aware of the mermaid legends of Ise Bay, yes? I thought we could hold events and exhibitions centered around such legends to attract tourists. I see. So that's why you were interested in mermaids. Additionally, the Ise-Shima region is also famous for its pearls. I believe mermaids and pearls naturally complement one another. True, there's a lot of famous legends that a mermaid's tears turn into pearls when they are washed away by the ocean. Oh, such a story would do wonders for driving tourism to the area. Does this project mean you are knowledgeable about mermaids in Ise then, Mr. Ikuma? I suppose it does. I know a fair bit. For example, there are some mermaid legends that most people have never heard of. Oh, do share. A long time ago, there was an island south of Kamishima known as Taishima. Have you heard of it? I'm afraid I haven't. It rings a bell. It was also called Taishima by some. That's absolutely right. It is said that once upon a time, 3 mermaids lived on Taishima. Wow, 3 of them? Tell me, were they human mermaids or fish mermaids? Human mermaids? Well, I suppose their upper bodies were human, so I suppose you could describe them as such. I see. Then that would separate them from the 3 mermaids discovered in Betsuo during the Heian period. Oh, this is the first I've heard of this tale. However, Taishima sunk about 400 years ago during a natural disaster. The mermaids seem to have vanished after that. What? That's such a shame. Regardless, it is said that the 3 mermaids were named Sobai, Nagame, and Hayase. So, the mermaids were named too, huh? That definitely adds to the authenticity of the story. Pardon me, Mr. Ikuma. I never came across such concrete information. Where did you learn this? I don't blame you for questioning my sources. I also haven't managed to find any records of this tale. You see, the story was passed down through word of mouth. As it turns out, there was a single man who managed to escape the island's destruction. His descendants have kept the legend alive. Aha! So it's one of those descendants you heard a story from. That's right. They live in a modest private life these days. When the story comes straight from a descendant like that, it does lend it some credibility. I would love to inquire deeper about these Taishima mermaids. If you don't mind, could you share the identity of this descendant you speak of? My apologies. I'm afraid I cannot oblige. She is not the friendliest sort. Frankly, even I have trouble getting her to open up. No matter how many times I visit her, I always feel like I am only getting part of the story. I see. That's a real shame. Now, this may not be much consolation, but I have another interesting rumor from this descendant to share. Oh, I'm all ears. It concerns one of the rumored Taishima mermaids. It is said that a few decades ago, one of those mermaids turned human and now lives among us. No kidding. She became human? It does ring a bell, though. Why, that is exactly the story of the Little Mermaid. What an exciting discovery. You say this was only a few decades ago? That makes it quite recent. This former mermaid could even be walking among the people here as we speak. If the story is true, then yes. However, I'll concede that even I find the story hard to believe. It is a little fantastical. By the way, may I ask why you're searching for Ise-Bay mermaids, Avi? No particular reason. I just thought it'd be fun to wander through some sightseeing areas related to the mermaid folklore. That's all. I see. Well, since you traveled all the way to Japan to sightsee, I'd love to ask you some questions. Was there anything missing from the areas you visited that you think might have made your trip more enjoyable? What about those photo spots you put your face in? I know those. I love them. Really? Are they that interesting? They're a Japanese tourism classic. It would be nice to see more of them. Agreed. If I saw one, I would certainly take a photo with it. Oh, and please tell me more of those little pennant flags. I can't resist them. I see. I truly appreciate the input, but perhaps things are fine as they are. Should you discover anything new regarding the area's mermaids, please let me know. Understood. We hope you'll do the same for us. Amazing. A brand new mermaid legend. The real question is why? Why? There's a long history of people making up legends to drive tourism. Such stories linger on despite their veracity being ultimately unverifiable. I suppose. Is something the matter? It's nothing. It's nothing. Well, it's about time for us to get going. Yes, of course. Thank you. And I apologize again for taking so much of your time. Actually, since you've come all this way to Japan... If anything happens to you during your vacation here, or you need any other help at all, please feel free to give me a call. I'm quite familiar with all sorts of businesses in the area. For example, I could put you in touch with someone should you be looking to interview AMA divers. Oh, really? That's very kind. You're not just saying it as a formality, are you? A free-spirited lad like myself would not hesitate to take you up on an offer like this. I will call you. Ah, please do not hold back. I'll leave you two to your sightseeing. Please have a good time. If mermaids really do live on Ise-Shima, it's certainly worth investigating. Well, I trust your strategizing is going well. Indeed, there are just a few things I have to check. Like what? Research materials. Some of the notes I've taken, the information in them is not substantive and likely of no use. This map looks quite old. Exactly. It is also the precise reason I have come to Mie. To put it simply, this is no ordinary map. This is a mermaid treasure map. A mermaid treasure map? Allow me to explain. I found this mermaid treasure map in the family storage. I should explain it to Circe. I found this map in the old family storage. It was left behind by my great-grandmother. If she's your great-grandmother, that would make her my great-grandmother's sister. I heard she was exiled from the Lunarlight family because of her eccentricities. That's correct. She was quite fond of the occult and amassed a number of suspicious curios over her lifetime. As a child, I loved searching through the storehouse that housed her collection. It was like a treasure hunt of wonders. A demon's tale, a yeti's bone, a book of black magic, Opopoko's tooth, a piece of a UFO, a crystal skull. I cannot vouch for any of it was authentic, but it was still so exciting to look through. It's no exaggeration when I say that this very storehouse is what led me down the path of becoming a fantasy author. I suppose that's the kind of informative experience an occult writer needs. Just so. I have yet to thank my great-grandmother. She's the reason I can put food on the table. And among the items in that collection was this. I see, a mermaid's mummy. Precisely. They were rather prevalent as sideshows and the like all over the world in the 19th century. Mermaid mummies from Japan were quite popular because of their high quality. A number of them even made their way to Europe. Huh. This one has probably made its way to the family storage around that time. It was probably passed from one seller to another until it ended up in my great-grandmother's hands. How are you so sure it was made in Japan? Well, you see, I gave this mummy a thorough investigation. I even took it apart. Sure enough, it was made of wood and paper clay. But lo and behold, I also found this map inside. Truly? You found the map inside a mummy? Whoever made it all those years ago must have snuck the map inside. I doubt my great-grandmother had the slightest idea it was even in there. That's an incredible discovery. It is simply tantalizing, is it not? There is not a doubt in my mind that it would lead to a most thrilling discovery. So then, why did you call this a mermaid treasure map? Well, it was hidden inside a mermaid mummy, so it follows it must be a treasure map of some sorts, no? I see. Your enthusiasm has carried you quite a ways from home. I'm impressed. Thank you. I have no doubt our treasure lies somewhere in Ise Bay. What a shame there's no X to mark the spot. Indeed, and this leads us to our first conundrum. Any ideas how to decipher this map, Circe? Put me on the spot, why don't you? But it does look like something is written here. Do you know what it says? Oh, that part. I actually did some research on that. Apparently it says, search the 95th. Search the 95th? That sure makes it sound like it leads to a secret location of some sort. Yes, and it must be related to the mermaids. Aren't you just itching to find out? You know it. I knew it. I'm counting on you to help me solve the map's riddle. Oh, wait. I just remembered. You said you can douse, no? Can't you just douse for the treasure? Then we can skip the whole map and riddle business altogether. I apologize, but that's impossible. Truly? But why? Dowsing is usually used to find waterways, veins of ore, or other such things. My dowsing, however, can be used to find people and objects imbued with spiritual power. However, I must be familiar with the spiritual power that I'm looking for. I see. In other words, you wouldn't be able to find a treasure you've never seen or heard of. Yes, the distance from which I can detect the source also depends on how strong the spiritual power is. It's not quite the superpower I thought it was. I say we've had enough of a diversion. Let's get back to the investigating your map. Some of the notes I've taken. A porcelain ashtray that came with the room. Ashtrays like this are found just about anywhere, so you can smoke without any worries. That being said, I've noticed people outside still simply dropping their cigarettes onto the ground. Well, I wasn't a smoker to begin with. This is a sketch of the mermaid mummy that I found in our family storage. Bringing it along would have been out of the question, so I settled on just bringing a sketch. Oh, that's right. I still haven't told Cersei why I'm searching for mermaids. Let's take a good look. Oh? Did you notice something? It looks like something's written on the other side. I see. I knew I must have missed something. I should carefully hold the edge when I want to look at the other side. Take a close look at all the spots on the back of the map. Those? I dismissed them as a bunch of stains. Do you really think that's all they are? Something about those spots feels familiar. It's a map of Ise Bay. Judging from its condition, it's quite old. If I were to guess, I would say it's over 100 years old. No, perhaps even more than 200 years old. I wonder how old it really is. Look closer. Is that Ise-Shima? You're right. It depicts an island to the south of Kamishima. It's safe to assume this map was made before Ise-Shima sank then. That makes it over 400 years old, and made during the Sengoku period. Incredible. Eureka! Inspiration strikes. I figured it out. Did you? Where's the treasure? I have no doubts. It is here. Behold. Huh? Why there? It felt right? Hope you don't mind my asking, but would you care to show me a more definite location? Dang it. Maybe less inspiration struck than I first assumed. I have to think on this a bit more. Maybe it's to figure out as it is now, unless you find a way to shine some light on the riddle. Maybe, okay. Wouldn't it be in the center of these? I would think it would be right here. these dots mean? Maybe we need to talk about it more? It's Ikuma's business card. He's the CEO of the event planning company we ran into earlier. I say we've had enough of a diversion. Let's get back to the investigation of your map. Let's talk about the mermaid search. To be frank, I didn't just come here to solve the map's riddle. My real goal is to find an actual mermaid. Oh yes, I had a feeling that was it. So, you already knew. Exorcists sure have some keen instincts. What will you do if you find a mermaid? Do you want to become immortal? I suppose. Might as well, considering all the trouble finding one will be. Your reasoning is unexpectedly uninspired. And simple though it may be, I find the idea quite romantic, akin to ascending to a new stage of humanity. Sure, I guess. I take it you disagree with my thinking, Circe? I fail to see why my opinion should matter here. What you do is your decision to make. Though I am not certain that an immortal can still be called human. Still, your decision is relevant to my duty, so I will not try to interfere. Actually, meeting an immortal would be a rare, once-in-a-lifetime chance. Please transcend humanity and let me examine you. I'd prefer if you didn't speak of me like a research specimen, but I'll overlook it for now. Though I do wonder if immortality would actually bring you any happiness. When you look at old folks' tales, it tends to be less of a blessing than more of a curse. Jeez, don't say that after I already made up my mind and everything. Well, I'm sure you'll be alright. If you tire of immortality, you need only embark on a journey, like a modern-day Yaobikuni. That's one way to look at it, though I think the nun part might be an issue. Well, I shouldn't get too far ahead of myself. There's no immortality to be had until I find a mermaid flesh to bite into. So let's start there. Understood. I'm also quite interested in finding a mermaid myself. Searching for just the mermaid meat alone seems like a waste. Agreed. The best way to go about this would be to find a living human mermaid. And I have no doubt that this map will lead us to a place that's related to mermaids and immortality. This is quite exciting. This is what I call a true adventure. No matter the era, there's nothing better than a quest for the unknown. It says it shows Ise-Shima, but where is that? Am I supposed to know the geography of this place? And where the missing island would be? That I don't know. How would I know that? They just like memorize the coastlines of Japan. Yeah, like I said, I think it would be in the middle of the triangle, which would be somewhere around here. I have no doubts this is the location. Oh, and what makes you say so? Why, it is simple. The very spot marks the answer to our riddle. Oh, I have to spell it? Okay. Oh. I think that's right. Allow me to explain. You see, the 95th in the riddle must refer to the 95th tale in the Tales of Ise. And the title of that tale is none other than Hikaboshi. Next, note how the summer triangle constellation is drawn on the back. The location of Hikaboshi, or Altair, corresponds to this very spot on the map. Incredible. I should have expected nothing less. You truly are a genius, Avi. Nothing compares to the rush of a breakthrough. Let's keep riding this high. Even if we were to search the area on the map, it's in the middle of the sea. How are we supposed to search a place like that? Looking for an unknown object somewhere on a large swath of sea floor seems like an impossible task. You're right. That does sound difficult. We might have to ask our friendly CEO for help. He did give us his card. However, wouldn't that mean we'd have to inform him of the map? No other way about it. In addition, we should find anything. Should we find anything, I imagine he'll expect a share of the spoils. I really wanted to keep it all to myself. Sharing is the worst. I understand, but we have no other options. It's a shame, but I suppose you're right. We should contact him as soon as we can. Sharing is the worst. That's funny. Right, let's go back to Shadow. The slash from the curse leaves Sato with a large wound in her chest. She dies, but only for a moment, and then resurrects in front of everyone, revealing that she is no normal person. She escapes in a panic, unsure of what will happen next. August 7th, 1980X, night. Wakamura residence. Huh? Was I asleep? Oh, right. I got attacked out of nowhere, right in the middle of Chuo Street. Every time I came back to life, my head's always foggy and my memory's all over the place. Let's see, after I was cut down, everyone saw me resurrect, so I panicked and started running around, trying to hide. But in the end, Mr. Wakamura found me. He told me to stay put in the house and keep my head down. Sounds like things are getting pretty chaotic on the island, all because of me. Apparently, Mr. Wakamura told everyone he would handle it, which helped smooth things over. What now? It's already pitch black outside. It's quiet. Too quiet. It's putting me on edge. No signs of anyone out there. I wonder where Mr. Wakamura is. The telephone's quiet now. Let's hope it stays that way. Kamishimaru is still in his usual spot. It's weirdly reassuring to see him. What's it want me to look at? Gotta find the one pixel that's gonna move me forward. So, now everyone knows I can die. Be that as it may, I still have got something I need to do. This is it. Time to see it through. Today's been so hectic, I need to take a second, gather my thoughts, and figure out what comes next. Curse of the Raging Waves. Right now, over the southern sea of Kamishima, the Curse of the Raging Waves is creating a huge storm that has started to churn the sea. They say it can whip up a violent storm without warning, the kind that can flip a boat in an instant. Mr. Wakimura plans to hand me over to Ukaku Dono to find a way to stop the curse. That handover is supposed to happen tomorrow, but Shotaro is against that plan. This morning he asked if I'd run away with him, escape the island, and flee to Tokyo. Oh yeah, I still haven't given him an answer. I'm sorry, but I have my reasons. I can't go with Shotaro. As for how to actually stop the Curse of the Raging Waves, the information Tsuyu gave us this afternoon might help. I should go over it again and get everything straight. As for how... okay. Threatened telephone call. Earlier today I got a creepy call demanding I turn myself in. They say if I didn't comply, an assassin with a curse would start killing people. I didn't go. And sure enough, later that evening I was struck out of nowhere by some invisible slash and killed. Whoever did it was probably testing whether I'd really come back to life, while also showing off their power, all in one go. And it worked perfectly. Yes, the island went into panic, with people both terrified of me for not dying and of the one who attacked me. If it really was an assassin mixed in among the locals that used the curse to do all that, we're in serious trouble. A curse that can kill someone instantly from a distance, that's not just dangerous, it's terrifying. None of the curses I've ever known worked like that. They were never that convenient or all-powerful. They say when you curse someone, you're cursing yourself as well. Using a curse always comes with risks, or with strict conditions. To target me so precisely, in that exact moment and place, from somewhere I couldn't even see, there must have been some really specific conditions to pull it off. I should try to recall the cursed slash that hit me and see if there's anything else I can remember. Seems that Mr. Wakimura still hasn't figured out who the assassin is either. Whoever they are blending in with the locals and triggering the curse with ease. As far as I know, only a psychic with a powerful spirit sense could use a curse like that. Is there really someone like that on the island? The killing definitely won't stop with just the attack on me. Even the man on the phone was ranting about killing everyone off one by one. But at least for the moment, it seems pretty quiet outside. Still, there's no telling when it'll start. If that caller really can wield a curse, maybe turning them down wasn't the smartest move. Then again, there's no way I was just going to hand myself over. And like Shotoru said, there's also a chance the caller was working for Unkaku Dono. That attack, it was brutal. I changed clothes and the wound's gone now, but I can't stop the cold sweat. My body still remembers the pain. But I'm the only one who can get to the bottom of this curse. I need to think back. Remember exactly what happened when I was cursed. Earlier today, Mr. Wakamura told me to wait here. We snuck out and went to talk to Suyu. We learned some rather important info there. Eh? Are you kidding me? Wakamura's fixing to hand you over to someone to try and break the curse of the raging waves? Treating people like they're nothing but tools. That's just plain awful. Exactly, but if we can figure out how to lift the curse ourselves, then maybe it won't come to that. If you know anything about the curse of the raging waves, please, we need your help. Well, of course. I don't know what I'd do with myself if we lost you, Sato. Well, I reckon it's fine to tell you. I was about to tell Yuza and Azami later anyway. Come on, you two. I've got something to show you. I promised I'd tell Yuza and Azami tonight, but there's something I need to check, so I'll fill you two in first. Oh, thank you. August 7th, 1980X, afternoon, Kamishima Bay. Ah, there it is, just as I remember it. Suyu, are you sure you're okay to be climbing these rocks with your injured leg? Oh, don't you worry about me. I still got a few tricks left in these old bones. Truth is, I put together a little shrine behind these rocks. Nobody else knows it's there, so it's been hidden in here for ages now. Really? There was a shrine all the way out here? Oh, this is one of those bronze mirrors. I think I saw one in my history textbook once. It's kind of old and worn, but it's so small and cute. It's a beauty, all right, but there's a lot more to it than it looks. Alright, well, we stop it there. This is meowmurai. You've been watching Paranormasight, The Mermaid's Curse, running on Nintendo Switch 2. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.